moving on. Here we go. The woken warriors are gonna come from my neck over my next words. My God, you woke people gotta chill the fuck out. Ugh. That's why I said I'm aware. That's why I crossed out the word and just put aware over it. And it felt amazing to me to know that there were so many people who identified with my message as far as saying like, yo, y'all getting a little crazy with this woke shit. Y'all just condescending everything. Y'all looking to nitpick and fight over the smallest and lightweight. I'm not gonna be real. Everyone has their fights. Everyone has their, their overall story on what they want to fight for. So I get that. But this cultural appropriation shit has gotten out of fucking hand, in my personal opinion. I look online and I'm seeing Bruno Mars getting damn near torn to shreds for cultural appropriating, and I'm just like, what? Wait, what? How does that work? And people are saying pretty much, Bruno has benefited off of culturally appropriating a black sound. You know what I mean? Which was, be funk, which would be. Really, yeah. I guess I'm just gonna say funk because when I hear Bruno Mars' new music, I believe it's funk music. It's a 2017/2018, version of the old school funk music. And you did mostly see black, that was a black sound. I understand that, and that's real. I love funk music. Snoop Dogg is a huge fan of funk music till this day. If you're ever with him and he's getting ready to do a show or he's behind stage or something, he listens to funk music because that's what he grew up on. Funk music had a huge influence on a lot of my favorite artists, including Snoop Dogg, including Sugar Free, including DJ Quick. Like, it's a very big influence in their music. It's a big influence. I think it's a big influence as West Coast music overall. But to go online and see people really almost trying to diminish or take away from what he's been in with Bruno Mars has been able to do and calling it cultural appropriating, I'm just like, okay, like this shit is getting out of hand. Okay, let me just break down the sound version of this first. Okay, so you mean to tell me hip-hop and rap, that genre of music, is the most influential sound there is? So you can stand behind that. People will see that and hear someone else say it and will feel proud about that because it's the truth. Rap and hip-hop is the most influential genre there is. Everybody wants to be hip. Everybody wants to be cool. I mean, what's cooler than a rapper? Let's be real. What's cooler than a rapper doing his thing, and saying his slang? There's nothing really cooler than that. So we can take pride in being the most influential sound out there, but we cannot take pride in who we influence, or who the sound influences, or who the genre influences. That's where it gets, I don't know. That's when it's tearing a person down for their accomplishments over what they've been influenced by, they grew up listening to, and they love so much that they figured out how to perfect it to help grow their career and grow their sound. So Eminem should be wiped off the face of the planet because that's one and the same, ladies and gentlemen. That's one and the same. The same shit you're saying about Bruno Mars is the same shit that you're saying about Eminem. Eminem is one of the best of all times. In my personal opinion, he is one of the best. Look, listen to me. Eminem doesn't rhyme. He's not rhyming. He's literally controlling words. That's what Eminem does, in my personal opinion. He's not a rapper. That man is a fucking genius with that pen and on that microphone. When it comes to the words he puts together and how he puts them together, he's incredible. So he grew up listening to nothing but rap music and knew he wanted to be a rapper. He makes it. He's one of the all-time greats. But we're supposed to not accept the results of how influential this genre is. That doesn't make sense to me, ladies and gentlemen. That doesn't make sense. Now, there's people. I saw some tweets out there, and I saw people speaking about how the industry or people don't accept it, or they don't accept it when it's coming from an actual person of color. It takes someone outside of the actual black community for them to blow up while using our sound. They kept saying our sound. And I'm just like, wait. Even that doesn't really make sense because, Eminem had to get the backing from from Dr. Dre, and he did it his way. Cool. Bruno Mars. It wasn't like it wasn't like he didn't struggle. It wasn't like he hasn't, he just came out of the blue. In a sense, he did. He had the Beautiful Girls record with B.O.B. But it takes more than that. It takes him, expanding and becoming a solo artist and building his sound and building his repertoire of music and showing how talented he really is with his voice and his pen game. So it takes more than just that. So to hear people say these things about like, oh, the industry or the world or people only accept and push those who are appropriating our sound that aren't black. I'm like, well, then what? That can't fully be true, because the same people saying that have cousins who are trying to be musicians. They have brothers and sisters who are trying to be musicians. So where the fuck are you to support them? Why aren't you supporting your close family or the people the guy you see tweeting his SoundCloud link, who's in that same genre, who's making these type of moves and making this sound and this music? Oh, let me guess, he hasn't blown up, so it's like, this nigga pushing the SoundCloud link, right? That's really what it breaks down to, is unless it's blown the fuck up out of proportion by another culture or another race, that's the only time that you will take offense to why your sound with your race and with your color, why that's not pushing. Then support it then. That's what it really breaks down to. Like, at the end of the day, I don't agree with, people really coming for the cultural appropriation thing. You take pride in being so influential. We take pride in rap and hip hop being so influential in the world, but we hate the results of it because it feels like someone else in another race and another culture can come up off of that. I mean, let's be honest. That's what destroyed Iggy. Iggy Azalea caught the wrong move at the wrong fucking time. People were not hearing that shit. As soon as she came out rapping and was ratchet with the lyrics, boom, 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 and she, it wasn't like she didn't grind her ass off as well. It wasn't like she didn't have to go through hell as well to get to her position. They tore her ass apart. They're like, nah, we not fucking with this white chick coming in here rapping. Yet she grew up listening on rap. All she wanted to do was be a rapper. And I get that people are gonna bring up, oh, whipping like slaves. I think she has a lyric like that, so that automatically, like, nah, she done fucked up already. But that's just what I'm saying, is like the overall influence of hip hop and rap. How can you sit here and hate the results of it when we are it is the most influential genre there is? How? That's just what it is. I don't see another, if there's another funk artist out there, which I'm pretty sure there is, because that's what, from my perspective, that's what I would put Bruno Mars in. If he's out there, support him. Put him over the top. Start streaming his shit on Spotify and Apple Music and Google Play. Start streaming the fuck out of it so he can get on the charts. That's what it takes, ladies and gentlemen. As far as cultural appropriating, even across the board, man, it's a very interesting thing for me to see happening, because I'm like, damn, like, if you can't even appreciate a culture at this point without, someone finding it fucking racist or disrespectful, and I'm just like, holy shit. Like, there's people who are blatantly out of line about certain shit. But goddamn it, like, for instance, I love anime. I love Japanese culture. I really do. I love the food of it. I love the history of it. So, it's almost like the fact that if I choose to use chopsticks while I'm eating, I'm cultural appropriating now. Like, that's in the same demographic of this shit y'all talking about with this. I'm sorry. I find it really fucking dumb. I'm not gonna hold my tongue about this. I find it really fucking dumb. Again, this is 100% a social media thing. This is the power of this social media shit, which has gotten out of hand. Everyone has an opinion, and once one tweet picks up, 1,000 retweets, it's game over, because then it's everyone seeing it and adding on to this thread of this and an Instagram post, and it's out of fucking control. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone is bitching about something, and I just find this cultural appropriation when it comes to music so fucking laughable. I think it's out of fucking control. Bruno Mars is good at what he does. He can get on that stage and he can put on a show. He can entertain. He's entertaining. And he happened to find his sound. And it's crazy to think that, I saw the video of the girl talking and just, going off the deep end with what she was saying. And I'm just like, this is fucking crazy. And let's talk about one more thing when it comes to cultural appropriation. I remember people get mad when someone else with another race has braids in their hair. I'm like, I'm like, yo, you grow up in, like, again, if you think rap is, like I just said, rap is the most influential genre of sound in the world. So if that is, the artists making the music have to be just as influential. I will give you an example. People were pissed off about, I think, either Kim Kardashian or someone else rocking braids, like rocking cornrows, and cultural appropriation. It kicks right up, and I'm like, do y'all not remember that kid at the Philadelphia 76ers game? It was this white kid sitting in the stands, and you could Allen Iverson was his favorite player. Allen Iverson was this kid's favorite player. He had to be like 13 or 14. He had on the sleeve. He had on the earrings, like the big ass block fake cubic zirconia earrings that he probably got from Claire's, which is now, shutting down, unfortunately. I mean, goddamn, bro. Like everything, Toys R Us about to go out of business. Let me tell you something. Let me jump off track for a second. If Toys R Us is officially going out of business, I'm heartbroken. But if they are, and they're doing a liquidation sale, I'm buying up so many goddamn toys. I don't even know what the fuck I'm gonna do with all those toys, but I'm buying up everything, like literally everything, because I know it's gonna be some great sales in there. If you think I'm not going in there and buying like an entire Transformers collection or an entire WWE ring, you're out your goddamn mind. It's gonna be like $2. Anyway, back to the white kid that was in the stands watching Allen Iverson play. He drew on his mustache. Like, Allen Iverson had a very like little thin, top lip mustache. He drew the mustache on. He had the sleeve on. He had his white jersey on. You can go look it up. Probably Google Allen Iverson kid and it'll probably pop right up. And he had his braids in. He cornrowed his hair. That's how impactful and influential it is. So that's cultural appropriation to try and be like the person. Or you saying it's also cultural appropriation when you're profiting from it. Dog, I understand that. I understand like I understand when it comes to that mark, like where it seems disrespectful or where it's wrong that, people are profiting from it and they're cultural appropriating. But at the same fucking time, if that's how you really feel, support those out there who are actually doing it then. Stop just running to the person who has a spotlight on them to try to tear them down about it. Fine. Take it down the other way. Help and support those who you think deserve to be supported. It's very fucking simple. But, good luck with that. Social media is the place where you can get attacked for saying the right thing. That's the crazy part. You will be attacked for saying the right words. That's what social media is. Just know. And that's just how I feel about it. That's my own personal take on it. Anyone can feel how they want to feel on it. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm also not saying that you're right and I'm wrong. This is just a very different perspective that I see it from. And I just don't think I don't feel that that's right. But hey, y'all could be right. Everyone could all of a sudden be racist and cultural appropriating, and that's just what it is, and that's the world we change into. And hey, and maybe I'm blind to it. Oh well, but that's just how I feel on it. Moving on. Yo, what's going on? It's Khleo Thomas, aka Mr. Slick Living. If you enjoyed this clip of the AwareWolvvves podcast, make sure you sign on to patreon.com/Khleo Thomas and pledge today so you can have access to the full episode.